Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, All Things Business. We thank you so much. This is episode 4, season 4, excuse me, and this is the second episode in season 4. And I've been getting so much great remarks from you guys out there around the world. Thank you so much for enjoying these episodes that we're doing and bringing people in who are other entrepreneurs, other business owners, real estate, network marketing. So we thank you all. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the all for bell notifications so that way you'll update. Every time we drop the video, you'll get it right off the press and it's ready to go. And not only that, hit the like button below and also share this with these 7 people. And we love comments. So please feel free to comment. We love to get your guys' comment and things you want to hear of and want to hear about. Okay. Tonight, we have Miss Katie Bucks, who is going to be with us tonight, but she's traveling with her family and she will not be with us today. This woman is really super busy. And what I mean by super busy, she has 24 offices around the United States, and she's got 4 in Hawaii on different islands, and she has a staff of over 100. So she's really busy. Plus, she has 7 kids she takes care of as well. So, and she raised, and 2 are hers, and the other 5 she adopted them. Her and her husband. They're Chinese and Korean, so she has her hands full, trust me. So we want to thank you all out there visiting tonight, and we appreciate you guys tonight. So we're going to hope you guys saw the video today, but we're going to have a round-robin discussion about her today. And in the studio with me, backstage, we're going to bring up front, we got Miss Roxanne Corlano, who is also traveling, and she's out in Corpus Christi on the beach for her birthday coming up this weekend. So she's out there getting ready and getting warmed up for Sunday, because Sunday's her birthday. I'm not going to tell how old she is, but Sunday is her birthday. So if you want to send a little well wishes for her, you can text it type it in. We thank you. Good evening, young lady. How are you doing?
Good evening. Amazing as always. How are you, Mr. Thomas?
Sensational. I'm so glad you took time out of your beach time to be on here with us tonight to cover. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes. We also have in Fresno, California, the great Mr. Harrison Mills, and we thank him for his time. He just got back from a nice cruise. He's relaxed. He's tan. He got a beautiful tan. You see his tan? And sporting that peachy color top. I love that top with the blue on it. That's beautiful. Sir, how are you doing tonight?
I am awesome. And Roxanne, I see the celebration has already started. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm glad you guys had a chance to view, and I hope the audience out there around the world had a chance to view Katie Bucks' video. It was powerful. And this lady is somebody to be reckoned with. She is a who in Hawaii. And like I said, she has 4 offices on some of the islands spread around Hawaii, and a total of 24 across the United States and Hawaii. So kind of give you a little bit about Katie, give you guys a background if you have not seen the video. She was born in Colorado and went to San Diego University. So when I met her, and great young lady. Matter of fact, she started 18 years old when I first met her, and she jumped in a network marketing company with me. And on her story, she went to colleges and universities, started recruiting young people. I had a large organization of young people in my organization, and I still have them today. So, and her brother Tim got her involved with this company that I was with, my first network marketing company. And then she decided to leave that after a while. And her motto is her job in life is to better equip people with the best version of themselves. Ms. Corlano, how would you like to, Ms. Corlano? When you heard that, what do you think about when she said that?
I loved that. That's actually something that has been repeating a lot recently for me. And someone had just heard that herself. And she said, you know what? If I'm not the best version of myself, I'm robbing my kids of the best version of myself. And it's amazing how what you're meant to be attracted to will come to you. And so the fact that that has been happening, and I've been hearing that over and over and over this past week alone, and I'm like, and then she said it, and I'm like, yes, that's so phenomenal, because the position that she's at, the CEO, the boss lady that she is, her still main goal is helping others become the best version of themselves. And I think that's where true wealth is built, of course, is by helping and supporting others.
Absolutely. Mr. Mills?
I love it. To find that path of wanting to actually help others, not just, children. Usually you have that kind of nature You want to have that guidance, but when you want to do that for someone that you see that I've been there exactly where you've been, and I can see where the roadblocks are, and it's just like I just want to put my hand in and just say, just move here, don't touch that, move that, so that she has that already, and want to do that. And just as you were saying, she's a COO already of a company. I feel like usually when I say your cup runs over, and you can all of a sudden you can give from the overflow. You want to give from that. So I really thank you for this interview.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, when I met her, she was 18 years old. She made her first. She's one of 21 millionaires that I coached, and she made her first million by the time she was 25.
Wow.
So 7 years later, there she is. And then she went into insurance with her husband, Jeff. Actually, he was also involved in the organization I was with too. I had a bunch of young people out in San Diego, bunch of them. I mean, they were just like all over the place. And matter of fact, we came out with a video called Young Entrepreneurs. And that was just my Northern California group with all the cars and toys and houses and all that stuff. And they didn't talk about the group in Southern Cal I had going as well, just as fabulous as they were. But then she went into wealth management. And the beautiful thing about the wealth management industry, so after she got into network marketing, she said the fundamentals, what's the difference between network marketing, what she learned from me, and a traditional business? She says the fundamentals don't change. Right, Ms. Corleo?
Absolutely. Yeah, I wrote that down because there were a couple things that I have here that I wrote down is pretty much that to develop teams, and they had to follow systems and operations and procedures, and they had to be scalable and duplicatable. Well, that's the same thing you do in network marketing. So she just turned those skills into another business where people like to separate them as they're two different things. It's business is business, and you want to scale it and you want to make sure it's duplicatable, because we have so many hours in a day, and if it's not duplicatable, then we're not building wealth. And that, I actually wrote that down. So I love that you brought that up.
Yeah, thank you. I think she took the same principles, understanding how to scale it, because network marketing teaches you how to scale it, and she scaled it from that, and she became a Fortune 500 company over the time she did. Mr. Mills, I'm sorry.
I'm starting to see that even so many entrepreneurs have actually started off in network marketing before they started doing other businesses on there, because the system, it shows you so much, and there's so much growth. You find out who you really are to be your best version from here. So it kind of wasn't a surprise when she said she took this from here and went on. I just said that actually adds up with a couple of other entrepreneurs I've heard do the same thing, coming just from here, just in how the books, the personal development that comes along with it. And why not want to take this same, let's see if it fits in this frame.
Yeah,
and it does.
Yeah, it does. It really is. Hey, I want to thank Miss Kathleen Williams up there in Sacramento, California, for leaving a comment. I also want to thank Miss Lorraine in Las Vegas. Good evening, young lady. Thank you so much for leaving a comment as well. And she said, number one, she gave two big tips. Number one, she said you have to deliver something in the marketplace that is unique. Mm-hmm. And anytime you can save people money, that's unique. Anytime you can deliver a better service, that's unique. And as she said, you must be able to stand outside of the crowd. And that's so true. You got to be different. You got to stand up. It's like that song, I've got to be me. No, anyway, Miss Roxanne, you want to?
Yeah, she said unique and valuable. And that's one thing that people might miss sometimes is, hey, this is unique, no one has it, but is it creating value to someone else's life? And that's one thing that she implemented and tied in with network marketing is the value in network marketing is to be the ability to run a multi-million-dollar company and starting out from the ground and have a business in a box. So absolutely, I loved those points.
Yeah. And Miss Emil, she said that's number two things. Miss Roxanne said, you must be able to deliver something valuable with value. And what are you bringing to the table, Mr. Mills?
Absolutely, the uniqueness and the value. And here's the one thing I love it that we all of us have been made with different fingerprints. No one has the same fingerprint, so you're already unique, already in yourself. Why not surrender inside of that right there? Itself, use that uniqueness that you have. Don't be afraid of it, and put it on a path, and just to show people it's okay to be you. God made you you for a reason, and to take that and now let's find the best version of you with inside that.
Yeah. I used to go to Colorado and do meetings up in Colorado, and I stay at their house with the dad. The dad's actually the chancellor for the school. And was it chancellor? Yeah. He was, and he took his bicycle, because go from his house to the university wasn't that far. So he'd take his bike until the snow came, and he had, get a car. And one of his goals in life was to have a red Corvette. And I remember when the day they got the red Corvette, I wasn't there that day, but I came up and 2 days later, 3 days later, stayed at the house when I was up there in the area, and we played, we playing pool downstairs, and I stayed at the house. And when the dad got the Corvette, can you imagine giving your dad his dream car? I mean, we all want to do that around the world. We all got those dreams and aspirations and goals, but she actually went out and got the car. They all chipped in, all the family, and put the keys in his hand. Can you imagine? And he still drives that Corvette today.
Wow.
Miss Roxanne?
Yeah, still the means that they have now, and the fact that she said 20 years later he's still driving that car, how important that was to him. That was monumental to be able to just receive that gift. And that's just so powerful in what we can gift people, and something that they can hold on to for 20, 30, 40 years because it just meant something to them.
Yeah, that's powerful. Mr. Mills?
That you can give back. You're at a moment to give back to the people that raised you, the people. And what she said, the one thing I love about what she said is she really, really dives in with what family. She truly values that, so that she could ably do something that really meant something sacred to her. Being able to give these keys something of value that something he wanted probably, and say, here you go. And I was able to do that. In some sense of the word, I say it's a champion. Talk about a winner is what I can say, with it. And on top of that, it's like something coming from my child. Of course, I'm going to be driving this as long. If I even have to tune it myself, I'm going to figure this one out.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of going. I should have had some pictures to show you. I went to their mansion, and they have the windows, those windows that goes from one end to the house to the other end, and opens up, and they leave it open all day and night. And you have this beautiful sunset of the sunset in the ocean right there in their living room. They have a piano, and it's got to be at least 8,000, about 6,000, 7,000 square feet. And I mean, this place is beautiful.
Wow.
I mean, the house, yeah. Oh my God. And the last time I was there, I brought some flowers. I had one over for dinner. And after dinner, Jeff prides himself on having a lot of unique whiskeys to drink and sample afterwards. I mean, he had from around the world. So he collects it, and he lets you sip on a little bit of that. But the house was amazing. And they have 7 children, and they're so well mannered, you don't even know they're there. I mean, they go in their rooms to do their work. I mean, they're just so well mannered. And every year I get a Christmas card from her. I should have had that out too. A Christmas card from her. And I kept up every one of them. And I watched the kids as they grown up, and now they're going off to high school and college. That's amazing. So to be this way, think about it. 7 kids. She adopted 5 of them. 3 boys and 2 girls, and they're Korean and Chinese, and the girls are Korean and Chinese. From age now they're 20. They're ranged from age 8 to 20. Then her and Jeff had 2 on their own. Later on, they had 2. But you got to think about it. When they get on the airplane, they go anywhere. There's like 9 tickets. Can you imagine?
I can't imagine, actually.
I have a hard time making it through the airport myself.
Right.
Yeah. And, they're so well-mannered. They're like little adults. I mean, she's just done such a fantastic job with them. And I was there, and I've been around them, for at least, since she had them. But the beautiful thing is to be so blessed to live that life, to give other people that quality, because they have the overflow of abundance in their life.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. And I think going back to what she said earlier about how can I empower other people? And by empowering other people, look how blessed she got. I mean, she got, 24 offices around the United States and Hawaii, and 100 employees. That is so amazing. So amazing. So she says what's important to her is family. So and how you build your family. And I thought that was so important. So important. Miss Roxanne, you want to?
Yeah, so people that know me know I talk about my sisters all the time. My sisters are so close and to me, and we all live in different states. So I got one in California, one in Las Vegas, and then I'm in Texas, and I got one in New York. And the fact that family for most people is really important, whether it's just your tight knit family or extended family. And the fact that she's based everything around her family. You mentioned her being busy, but she is able to have that time with her kids, all of her kids.
Yeah.
And it's just some people don't make that time for family because they're trying to build their legacy, but they don't realize you're building that legacy for your family. So why not build it with them? And it was just truly empowering that she did that, because I'm in that same mindset where everything that I build for myself, I don't have my own children, but this goes down to my sister's kids. But I also want to make sure I'm not absent in their life. And I loved the fact that she was able to build this big family and this big professional career at the same time.
Yeah. And matter of fact, speaking of birthdays, you were here in Vegas last year for your birthday.
I was. So you did
I,
meet my sisters.
I remember, and I mean, you had about a dozen or so people. I thought was, the president of Mexico, the female president. You were just, I couldn't. You had so many people at your table. You had to sit at the side table, like that, over their table, like over there.
And that was a surprise for me. I was going to Vegas, and I was attending a conference, and all of a sudden, my family was there, and I was like, "What the heck?"
That's awesome. That shows a lot of love, that they love you, and that's something you can't put a dollar price on. Love, 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 love. And I could tell you've always been a very personal person and with a lot of love, and always at a drop of a hat willing to help people, just like Miss Katie Bucks here. You're amazing. You're amazing, Mr. Mills. You want to comment on some of that?
Hey, all I'm thinking about is lifestyle, and that is very important. Not just the family that she incorporates, but creating the lifestyle for her family. It's not that I just have the 7 kids, but I'm going to take these 7 kids and my 25-year marriage that I had and create a lifestyle, something that we can create memories together, and that you can do that freely with everyone. It feels really great just to hear someone say that. There's some people that you get one child, you get 2 children, and they're stressed out. Here, this one has 7 children with help with a husband that also partners with her, but to create a lifestyle for them that, like you said, going onto the airport, no problem. They're already used to it. It's pretty much probably in their genes. This is what they know, kind of thing. How fabulous is it to able to create something like this where it's their norm, where a lot of children don't understand that. They haven't seen that, but you're able to create a platform for them to see something different, and also see their higher self, also see their best version of themselves. It's already being molded. I would love to see what they're going to turn out to be once they get into their 20s and
Oh man, amazing. Oh, you know what I did real quickly here? Let's see if I can do this. Show you a little bit of their living room here with all the windows open, playing the piano.
So I don't know when you're going back. I just know I'm available to attend with you.
And okay, here's part. You see, the windows all the way open. You see, look
Wow.
at you can see the beach, sunsets. That's in the living
Like
room.
a magazine photo.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's breathtaking, is what it is. Breathtaking.
Beautiful.
So yeah, very beautiful. So she said she went to an insurance company, and then she went into wealth management. Then she also went to own a wealth management advisory firm, which so there's 3 components in her business, and then accounting, bookkeeping, and payroll company. She later brought that into all that under the umbrella, and there's 3 different departments. And then she started a federal benefit business and HR company. So all this is concluded. All this is concluded. And she has 3 divisions in her corporation. So she is the CEO, voted in 2018. Isn't that amazing?
It's great. Hey, even you saying something before then, she did something where you called it a gold nugget, is what you called it, and it was the Young Entrepreneurs Club. That I was just like this, like, talk more, tell me the plan. I'm ready for it. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, when I was in that company, that's the company I was doing 8,000 reps a month. And I mean, I had a big young group, and they were between 20 and 30, all of them in Northern California, put a video out, and then they were in the Southern Cal. We didn't put them on the, I mean, there was another whole
Right.
empire down there going, and she came out of that empire. Now, because of the background, you said something earlier, that once people see how network marketing goes, and they springboard in other companies. But the beautiful thing is when they springboard in the companies, it's like network marketing was the base of learning techniques, ideas, and personal development, like Miss Roxanne said, to springboard it into other things and become great at it. So now think about this. During the shutdown we had with that situation, she went from 40 million in 2018 when she became the CEO to 85 million by 2020. 2 years later, with new growth. And then the growth help it start going exponential, because in insurance is like residual there too. Isn't that amazing, Ms. Roxanne?
So what I took away from that immediately, the first thing she said was, well, it wasn't in my marketing plan, which it wasn't in a lot of people's business plan. She said it wasn't in my business plan, that whole epidemic. But what she did differently than a lot of different companies is she sought outside help. She said, the first thing I did is I sat down with my marketing director. And she knew that, hey, we're in unprecedented waters. Like, we need to brainstorm and we need to find ideas together. So she collaborated with her team and allowed her team to put in input, because she knew that something had to be done. And the fact that I think it was more of, hey, we don't know what's going to happen, let's just go all in. And the fact that they went all in and excelled so well because she found a need for people. She saw that people were going to need some sort of help, some sort of advice, something that the people needed, because they didn't know what was going on with the market. They didn't know what was happening, just like she didn't, but she was able to collaborate with everybody. So I really like that. She brought in her team to help, and it wasn't just her making all the decisions.
Yeah, I think she said she had a growth mentality, and I think that's what it takes. Another key here I'm going to drop real quick. She worked on her business, not per se in her business. And I mean on it, she brought other people's advice in that worked there. Rather than her working hard, she took advice from her people that she had there working. That's powerful.
She said can-do attitude. That's what I loved. She said we had a can-do attitude, like nothing. She said, okay, we just have to pivot. Like, it did not faze her. The way she talked about it, I was like, man, everybody could just use a little bit of that mentality, but it was the can-do attitude that got them going.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Mills?
Well, what she didn't talk about, thank you for that, Roxanne. So I'm going to go add on to that part, right? But what she didn't talk about was some of her failures. And usually when it comes to your failures, that's able, you know how to pivot. You know, when you see, sometimes you see it coming across, you know? And so that pandemic, it was already, she just knew exactly what to do. It reminds me of one story. It's like you see it raining and you have the one salesman that just says, hey, it's raining. I'm staying at home. Or it's raining and it's like, hey, it's raining. Everyone's going to be home. So I'm going to start knocking on all kind of doors. You know, everyone's going to be home. Just the kind of like mindset and what she's thinking, like, this is exactly what I can do. I know you're going to be, there's a need that can be fulfilled right now. To see that versus she could have went with the rest of the world and just said, hey, watch the news and saying, hey, this is what you need to do. And she's like, oh no, I see the gold nugget.
Good point. You know, during situations, most people, they pull back on their business. They pull back on their advertisement. They just pull back. And they don't realize that when they pull back, you have to work twice hard to get it back up again. Mm-hmm. So keep it going. And I've always been the concept of pedal to the metal, go faster, because everybody else is going back because they're not working. Double up on your effort and watch what happens. And I've always been a component of that. That's one thing I've always believed in and taught. You know, she said also that was very important. She says, while we're going through the pandemic, she says, we were not laying off anybody. See, that's a true champion. Hey, I know things are getting bad out there, but we're going to take care of all of you. We're not laying off anybody. And she says, we can help our clients. She says, we are feared. Everybody was running in fear. She was ramping up her business. I love that part. And she says through the decline in the stock market, they were doing very well. And I love the idea when she said they came out of it, they went from $85 million to the next following year to $150 million in 1 year because she doubled up on our efforts. Miss Roxanne.
I mean, I just want a piece of that. That's why I love watching these and you having these phenomenal people, because it's not motivation only goes so far. It's not even motivating, it's inspiring. And the fact where it's okay, like she said, unique, and Mr. Harrison Mills said we're all unique, and that's the thing, is that she is unique. She stood out because she did not have that fear mentality and had that can do attitude, and that's what I just hope to continue to absorb from all these and be able to have my own similar story.
Yeah, yeah. You know, Mr. Mills, you want to say? I know you want to.
You know, but I want to chime in, right? So thank
Go
you.
ahead.
So it really just piggybacking off of Miss Roxanne. Honestly, I feel like that is her. Roxanne, that's one of her things, is she wants to help a lot of people. She wants to, she
Yeah.
said that millions of times. So to see that and to see that emulated and saying the what ifs, like this is the same thing that this woman is doing. I'm like, wow, you know? So I think I'm I'm just looking at the foundations right now, you know?
Yeah. You know, she said something that was pretty good, Ms. Roxanne. It was, she cared about building something and taking what she learned and scaling it up. And I think you. Oh, and I know what I was gonna say. This channel is geared up not just to talk, but I'm bringing in speakers on here that have done it, has walked the walk. People that I know, people I've helped, people I've mentored through the years of doing what I'm doing, and that's why I spent 36 years of this, because, and I'm running people all the time that I like, that I've touched and blessed. And the beautiful thing, we want people on here that people can relate to, and you can see where they came from. I mean, from age 18 to where she's at today, I'm not going to tell her age, but see what she has done. And then went from $85 million, which after the pandemic, the next following year to 150 million. 1 year later, this almost doubled. And now she's saying by next year, 2026, to half a billion. That's scaling it. Now, can you imagine the kind? Yeah, that's scaling it.
Because she spoke it.
She's focused.
That's the scaling. She's speaking that into existence. That's another part of a network marketing. It teaches you how to have that perspective of knowing not just what you want, but what you can do and what you can have.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, she's a great mom. The kids are loved. You could feel the love when I walk in the house. You could feel the love. It's spectacular. You know, so now she's gone from a half next year. Well, I'm sorry. Let me back up again. Yeah, the next following year, she wants to go to a half a billion. And right now they're doing 2.5 billion now. And she's in 5 regions in the country. Wow. And it all started when she was 18. First million by the time she was 25. And I thank God that she came across my path, and she's one of my 21 millionaires, and just watch them grow. It's just, and always, hey, when coming out to Hawaii, just stay at the house. I mean, it's just, the place is just, it's like something you see in a coastal magazine in Hawaii, because that house is spectacular. I love it. They had the whole thing torn down, and they start building it over again. Oof. Oh yeah, they've done that well. Trust me, they've done that well.
Can I say this? With you, the one thing I like about you, that's unique about you, is finding successors, finding that successor, and that's what I feel like you are really great at. So finding these different people that you're bringing on this podcast to show how you poured into people, now to the point where it's almost like, you know how you see your child and you see them growing. It's like, oh, look at them, they got this, they have this, so on and so forth. You know, it's not anything you're bragging, but you're bragging, saying, hey, I saw her at her beginnings. And I was able to spark, and she gives you that gratitude along with it. So, and I would say that it takes just a great man to find a successor. It's not really just about me and what I can get out of this, but who's going to be my successor? Who, generations to come further out.
Yeah, that's a good point. As I look back, I mean, you have to be, you know, now look at what she's got. Now she has over 100 employees in 24 different offices in 5 regions around the United States. I mean, think about that. Yeah. One person. It's like throwing a pebble into the lake and a ripple effect goes out. I mean, think about it. I could go there. I mean, going to their house and stay at their house, and mom and dad will cook for me. Stay at their house.
That you have to make an appointment just to speak to her.
Now I got to make an appointment. Ain't that crazy?
I'm like, wow.
Well, she's got a secretary, an assistant, but I got a private number too. But it's like, you know, and her, yeah, to watch her to be who she is today. I mean, yeah, yeah, it's amazing to see her. So she's traveling and doing things with her family, but yeah, she is a spectacular instrument of what could possibly be if you put your head down, ladies and gentlemen out there around the world, focus on it, laser focus, and don't look left, don't look right, and just keep building. And I think something else she said, now that she's going to 2.5 billion now in 5 regions in the country, that is something else. So she's coast to coast with 24 offices, open with staff of 100 people. Can you imagine the lives that those people can change? And those people can change. What she said, one of the key things she says to come down to, and I think this is real important as far as integrity, she says they can come to me because I can be trusted with their family's future. And that's how I feel about you, Miss Roxanne, and also you, Mr. Harrison Mills. You guys, people can trust their future with you guys. And that says a lot, because you don't go from doubling that kind of revenue unless the people trust you and you got a good reputation over time. Yeah, that's amazing. Miss Roxanne?
I think, well, leadership is learned, and creating that winning environment. I feel like she's been able to do that and has those mentalities, and that started with you. It started with the winning environment you developed, and that's why you have created 21 millionaires, and you're looking at 22 and 23 soon to be. So it's just creating that winning environment and that duplicating, and that's the best part, is that you've never said I. It's always what we can do for each other. And I don't think it's that you identify those people, you create a platform for them to step up and step into it. And like Mr. Mills was saying, having a platform like this, seeing me in the very beginning, I can go back to those videos, and seeing me now, I feel like as a completely different person. I do live a completely different lifestyle that I love, and I can't wait till I get to that lifestyle that she's at. But it's because I'm following these same practices taught by you, Mr. Thomas.
Oh, you're too sweet. Thank you so much, dear. Mr. Mills?
You know, another thing kind of she talked about was, we were talking about uniqueness, but she had said something in a way, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but to take something, a tool that is unique, and make it to have something value. It's not just is unique, but now let's give it something with value with that. And she said that she accredited that to network marketing, doing that. So even just taking, like, almost, this would sound like she's like, I can take this pen here. It's as unique. Make this a unique pen, and I can create some value out of that just from what she did. And I'm like, wow. And I never thought of it that way. That, you know, we have those kind of abilities. That's what we're, you know, drawn into us with that. Am I wrong?
No, you're perfect. You know, and she said another thing I want to kind of hit on. She says, first give and ask for nothing in return. I am such a component. With a closed fist, you can't give or receive, but the more you give, the more God will bless you more with. And give without expectation. I gave it to you, I get it back. No, give unconditional. People don't understand that principle. You got to, another thing people don't understand, how to invest in themselves, whether it's books or CDs or what, invest. I was taking a class the other day on a subject, and I'm going to know another one. I spend good money on classes to learn other stuff that I don't know. And then as I get that under my belt, it increases my knowledge and ability to stand out and make more and do more. So it's so powerful. Right, Miss Roxanne?
Absolutely. So that's one of the things I've always, even when I was young and little, I spent all my money trying to create the best Christmas gift for my mom and wanting to make sure mine was the best. But receiving was different for me. I couldn't receive because I felt like people expected. And it wasn't until I did the growth and development in network marketing that network marketing provides, and I realized that as long as I continue to give without expectation, then I'm okay to receive without expectation. And that's, you receive more as you give more. And you feel, I used to give and feel taken advantage of sometimes when someone wasn't appreciative of it.
Yeah.
And that's when I learned, hey, it's unconditional. If they're unappreciative of it, it's okay. It shouldn't hurt me.
That's
and
right.
When things started transitioning and changing for me.
And most people don't let that happen because they get stuck in the meanness and madness because somebody get back to reciprocate, you know. And that's a very good point. And by the way, you're still young. We say when you were young, you're still young. Mr. Mills?
That was good. Thank you for that.
when I was young.
Just like you said, the hand receiving, giving more with it. I see myself in a place where I want branded on my forehead, servant.
Yeah.
I want to be a service to whoever it is that I can be. That's not just, and that's what's so really cool about you. It's not really about who's really under your umbrella, but who can I just reach out outside of that umbrella, or that we can reach out to. Who can I give to, and what places can I do those things? Giving to the needy, in no sense of the words. Even sometimes it's just even a touch, a hug. It has to be anything huge, but even just a hello. For some people they get bypassed by that. So just by finding different ways that I can give more of self in that way, learning this also though, as we're valuing family, that I don't empty myself out too much. I want to save enough for my family, because sometimes you get emptied out and it's like, what do you want? You get to that point, but leaving enough here, I've learned that my bride deserves the best part of me also. So I don't want to empty myself out too much. Leave enough in the tank where it's just like, okay, there you go. I'll talk to you about the day. How about that?
There you go. When mama happy, everybody happy. Mama happy, nobody happy.
That part.
Yes, Miss Orlando, when I was young. She's talking about when she's young. I'm sitting there cracking up like, you still got milk on your breath and crumbs around your mouth. It's just a little. You never heard that saying? Yeah. One of the things that I asked Katie Buck was, I asked the audience, I said, people all around the world is watching this, is what advice we give people about starting a business? And she, what she said? Do it. Start it now. And stay focused. Stay focused. Miss Roxanne?
She also said coachable. She said to remain coachable. And that's one of the big things that I have developed through network marketing, one of my favorite skills, because coachability goes a long way. Coachability doesn't just belong in business and professionally. And just a quick story of being on the lake, and someone was teaching us how to jump up on one of those, we were wakeboarding, and all the guys went first, and I'm the only girl that said, heck yeah, I'm in. And nobody could stand up on the board. And I already mentally said, I got this. Why do I got this? Because I've listened to him explain it so many times over and over to everybody. So I'm like, can you guys hurry up and get out of the way and let me do this? And I was the first try, I got up on the board. But the problem was, once I'm up on the board, I didn't know how to ride a wave because he didn't cover that part because no one had done it yet. So then I'm up and I'm like, yeah, and then I fall immediately. And that's one thing I pride myself on, is learning. It was a learned skill of how to be coachable. And so whenever I am in front of anything, I make sure I pay attention. I make sure I listen to every little detail that we're going over so I can duplicate that. And that's been a lot of my success and a lot that I do. And I bragged about being the only girl and still the only person to get up on a board.
You got bragging rights, young lady. You got bragging rights, especially it's your birthday weekend. Yeah.
Love it.
Mr. Mills?
Money loves speed.
Yes.
That's what I heard, and as you continue, just go, yes, what you're going to do it. If you go for it, you're great. And a lot of people look at it and just say, well, the what ifs, what that happens, feel the rush, feel the risk. Now jump. It's okay. The failure might happen. Like you said, you fail, but it's like, hey, I'm going to get back up and try it again. I'm sure, you know what I mean? But that you're doing it, it's in that failure. That's why I was like, I wonder if Katie will tell us more about, just some of the failures of what got her at the place that she is. There's no way you can make $500 million and not fail several times to get you where you're at right now. You see the pivots and where to shift, so.
Yeah. There's a great book out there called Fail Forward, and she did a lot of that. That's a good thing. Next time we have her back, I'm going to ask that question. Let's go into some of the aspects, some of the downfalls, the pitfalls she had, especially, at that time, juggling seven different personalities, 7 kids. And then being a mother to 7 kids and having a corporation, a Fortune 500 corporation in the islands. She's the top 50th corporation in the islands. So, to be a woman, at that age and starting in 2018 and juggling all this. So I don't want, when people talk about they're busy, I'm like, no. Katie Buck is busy.
That woman's busy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And it's my bad. I had apologized to my partner, Mr. Clemens, because I did not call her 2 or 3 weeks ago to get her on here because she's super busy,
Well,
as we could
well,
tell.
even the adoption process, along with that, that's even a curve for itself. She's saying, how many did you say she adopted?
Five,
Four, five,
five out of
Five of
7.
So even to do that from an international point of that is not easy. There's a lot of visiting and going back and forth, all those different things. So to take that, plus you're doing your business on top of that, and marriage. So I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, yeah, and to balance all that and have a couple of assistants around you to run everything as well. So yeah, her plate's definitely full. So when people talk about they're busy, I'm like, no, that lady's busy, because we hide behind excuses about being busy. Half of it is lazy, and half of it is just complacency. If you really want something bad enough, you can go make it happen. I don't see anybody going to Bangladesh or Yugoslavia, a country like that, because there's no opportunity there. Everybody wants to come to America. Why? It's the land of what? Opportunity. And that's why people want to come here. And then people here been their whole life, I'm going to say that they could have more, but to have more, you got to do more, and there's nothing stopping you. I look at some guys coming. There's a moment in the movie with Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing. The Italian guy got here, opened up a pizza place in that part of town, and next door the Korean guy had the store, and the Caucasian guy had the cobblestone, and the other minorities around, they were just renting and working for people. And I like to say, most people do not come to America for a job. They come for an opportunity. They'll get one to save their money up, and they'll open up a business. And that's what And unfortunately, I hope you guys out there around the world got some out of today's, because this was a powerful call today. Sorry we could not have Katie on with us today, Katie Bucks. But the whole idea, it is amazing what you can do once you get your mind made up and go in that direction. I want to thank Danny Payne up there in Alberta, Canada, for giving a little comment. Thank you so much, sir, for tuning in today. So in closing, give us a word of closing to summarize everything we got off the video. We'll start off with you, Miss Roxanne Corleo.
Just what we discussed already. I want to say that stood out the most that she said is remain coachable. That's the number one thing. And I think that was astounding at the level of success that she's achieved. And she still says that she remains coachable. And I mean, I don't know who can coach her at this point. But that's something that I think we all need to do more of pretty regularly.
Yeah. And you notice how humble she was?
Yes.
You see, to be humble, that means you're open to learn. To be humble means you've eaten some crow. Be humble means that you are in a space where you're confident in what you bring to the table. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they're big-headed or they're arrogant or their ego's out of the way, but she's always been humble. And I have a saying, the more you humble yourself, the more God will exalt you. And that's all he's done in her life. I mean, the home was very peaceful and tranquility. I mean, it's just beautiful, just quiet. That's just who she is. Mr. Mills, give us a few words in closing, sir.
Wow. So to piggyback once again off of Miss Roxanne Corleo, to be coachable, you have to have a mentor. The power of a mentor is what I heard. That would be my subject for this. The power of having a mentor. There are a lot of people that do not believe in having mentors. They're just basically saying, hey, I got it. I got it. I would rather go. When someone has written a book of all their failures already, why would you go and try to go reinvent the wheel when it's already been done? All you have to do is just follow the map on there, So that's what I get. And just from having the power of a mentor, it scaled her to not just increase her family, not just to build a quality of life for them, along with it, building something with it, but also for other people around her, the programs, the clubs she did along with it. And now at a place where she has a business that is almost at $500 million, all because her gratitude coming to having a mentor. So that was being coachable and the mentor.
Yeah, that's so strong. And ladies and gentlemen, be ready for my new book coming out. I won't tell you about that, but it's coming out very soon. On our first episode was my editor, Mr. Clemens, and I, our editor for the book. the second book. And this episode, we have Miss Katie Bucks. I mean, from 18 to 25, her first million, and went from there and scaling her business up to over 2.5 billion. Guys, that's why I do the best that I can, people that I've helped around, and also have other entrepreneurs to encourage you. You can too, to encourage you. Here are actual people that had nothing when they started, and they just kept at it and building and building and building, and they built a dynasty, residual income that are all 7 kids can't even outlive it. So that's called generational wealth. But I'd like to have guest speakers on here who get people that I know and respect that have done something to bring you the very best of the very best around the world. So no matter what country you're in, you can use these principles, because principles don't change. The facts don't change. Reality changes, but these things actually work if you work them. Well, listen, Miss Roxanne Coraleo, thank you so much for joining us tonight on your vacation for your birthday this coming Sunday. I'd like to wish you happy birthday, young lady.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you for taking time over. Out there on the beach. She's at the beach, you guys. But she thought enough of this call to get on this because she's an entrepreneur. And I love her input tonight. Mr. Harrison Mills, I want to thank you, sir, for taking time out. Just got back from a cruise. Got a beautiful tan, I see. And just thank you with your comments, because they're very insightful. Both of you guys have great insight to this, and I love that for you, both of you. And thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen from around the world that's watching this, please leave a comment below. Please subscribe to this. And above all, send it out to 7 people and watch a blessing come back to you. Thank you so much. Ms. Ursula Allen, San Diego, thank you for chiming in. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.